Welcome to week 16 of the NFL season. It's crazy. We're so far into the season. We're almost done. I'm going to be sad because fantasy is going to be done. Football is going to be done here soon. Hopefully my team makes the playoffs. We're getting there. But we're here for my predictions, in case you didn't know. This happens every week. If you didn't know, make sure you like and subscribe. Last week, I went an abysmal, absolutely terrible 9-7, which, I mean, that might not sound that bad, but it puts me in fourth place with a 137-87 record. And my buddy Travis sitting in first place with a 152 record. I don't know his losses. 152-72 record. So unfortunately, I think this season for me at least is all but finished. My buddy Bryant could pick it up. He's got a 143 and one sec, let me check. 143-81 record, so he could somehow get here. But I think Travis all but won this season unless I make a miraculous 16-0 prediction 3 times. I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, let's get into predictions. I have the game of the week set for my background. It's the Jaguars-Broncos. I think that will be a sleeper game of the week. I thought about doing Rams-Seahawks, but I think I did that already, so that'd be pretty boring to see that again. I don't want to be repetitive all the time. Now, tonight, I'm actually recording this at 6:40 p.m. Central, so it's 30 minutes before the game starts, basically. So we're just gonna push through this. Rams at the Seahawks. Last week, the Rams picked up a sus win against the Lions, 41-34. I think it was a good win. However, that one call kind of screwed the Lions for the rest of the game, I'd say. And the Seahawks picked up an 18-16 victory against Phillip Rivers and the Colts. I think both of those teams are frauds, so I don't think that was impressive. They didn't score a touchdown, by the way. Rams are on a roll. Obviously, they are one of, if not the best team in the NFC. And the Seahawks, I think they're frauds. They're decent. They'll probably make the playoffs unless they shit the bed these next 3 weeks. But I don't really see that happening. Maybe 2 of the 3 weeks. We'll get to the other one later. Or next week we'll get to the other game. But in the end, I think this will be a high-scoring game. The Seahawks will put up impressive numbers to pad their stats. And I think the Rams will win 35-28. And we have 2 Saturday games. We have the Eagles taking on the Commanders. The Eagles picked up a massive win against the Raiders, 31-0. It's not impressive, but it is. I mean, you pick up you shut out an opponent, it's impressive. However, it was against the Raiders. This does snap a 3-game losing streak for the Eagles, which I think is great for them. And the Commanders snapped their losing streak, picking up a 29-21 victory over the Giants. Marcus Mariota is starting the rest of the season. They're getting rid of Jaden Daniels. Thank God for that kid. I say kid. Yeah, he is younger than me. God damn, I'm old. I'm happy that he's getting benched so that he can heal up. And I think this will be a divisional game. Oh, wow, shocker, I said that. So this could go either way. But in the end, I don't think Mariota is going to do that good unless he has a Broncos game. So I think the Eagles will win 28-14. And the other Saturday game, we got the Packers taking on the Bears. The Packers lost a heartbreaker to the Broncos last week, 34-26, and they lost, I think, 4 players, which one of them is Micah Parsons, the other one's their wide receiver, Christian Watson, and I can't remember who the other 2 are, but I think they might play, so we'll see. And the Bears dominated the Browns 31-3. Now, this is a division game, so it could go either way, but I think the Bears they're just building all this momentum. The Packers losing Micah Parsons is going to hurt them quite a bit, I think, and that defense will be slowed down quite a bit, I'd say. So in the end, I think the Bears win another nail biter, or it's going to be a nail biter, but I think the Bears pick up this one to split the series with the Packers, 27-24. And on to Sunday, we got the Chargers taking on the Cowboys. The Chargers picked up a big win against the Chiefs last week, 16-13, to knock the Chiefs out of the playoffs. We hate to see you go. Not really. And the Cowboys lost to the Vikings 34-26. I don't even remember this game happening, to be fair. Oh, that's because it was the Sunday night game. How embarrassing. The Cowboys, they're falling off again. I never had faith in them. I didn't think they were going to do very much, even with picking up Quinnen Williams. And their offense has slowed down a little bit. So I think the Chargers will pick up a close win this week. They're on a bit of a tear. I think they've won a couple in a row. I say that, but I'm probably wrong. They're on a 3-game win streak right now, which is impressive, I guess. I think the Chargers will pick up a big win this week against the Cowboys, 24-14. Next, we got the Vikings taking on the Giants. Two bottom feeder teams. The Vikings have been picking it up. They just beat the Cowboys 34-26. And I think they shut out the Commanders the week before. So I mean, they're on a bit of a tear as well. But then they got shut out the week before that. The Vikings are inconsistent, as we know, and the Giants are also pretty inconsistent. But they do put up decent games. The Giants, like I said, lost to the Commanders 29-21. This all depends on how J.J. McCarthy does. And I think the Vikings pick up a win 24-21 to do nothing for the season. Give Giants a better playoff, or a better pick. Next, we got the Bengals taking on the Dolphins. The Bengals got shut out by the Ravens 24-0. And the Dolphins regressed again, losing to the Steelers 28-15. Now, both of these teams, their playoffs are over. The Dolphins just benched Tua, so Quinn Ewers is going to be starting. And I heard something about Joe Burrow getting hurt again. His knee, I guess, is acting up. I don't know if that's true. They should just rest him anyway because they're out of the playoffs. This is going to be a strange game, I think. I think the Bengals will pick it up. They will get a win, most likely. Unless Quinn Ewers is the GOAT. So I think the Bengals win 34-10. Because it's still the Bengals. They can still put up high-scoring offense unless Joe Burrow shits the bed. Next, we got probably the most important game for me. The Buccaneers taking on the Panthers. Last week, both teams shit the bed. The Buccaneers losing to the Falcons 29-28 after the Falcons got 19 penalties. And the Panthers decided to be terrible. Not terrible, but they decided to not play well against the Saints 20-17. Panthers are starting to get on my nerves. This was their chance to take take over the NFC South, but they decided they're going to let the Buccaneers have a chance. Now, this is the first game that we need to win, and you know what? I'm calling it. Panthers are going to run the table to finish the season and take the NFC South, and then taking the Super Bowl, dude. So this first game, it's going to be a close one. It's a divisional game. Yeah. And the Panthers will win 21-17. It's a bold prediction, Cotton. Next, we got the Jets taking on the Saints. The Jets lost 48-20 to the Jaguars. And the Saints, like I just said, beat the Panthers 20-17. Saints have been on a bit of a tear recently, so I don't think they're gonna really lose this one. The Jets are still terrible. Like I said, I'm trying to zoom through this. Hopefully, it's not too short. I think the Saints are gonna win this one handily. I think the Jets will get blown out again. So I think this will be a 23-3 victory for the Saints. A lot of these games seem to be kind of one-sided for the most part. Some of them. Decent amount. The Bills taking on the Browns. The Bills picked up a massive win against the Patriots, 35-31, after being down 21-0. And the Browns got destroyed by the Bears, 31-3. The Bills are on a tear. They're looking to take the AFC East, which I think they are 100% able to do, depending on how the Patriots do the rest of the season. And the Bills, like I said, they're on a tear, and the Browns are not going to do anything about it. They might be able to stop James Cook a little bit, but in the end, I think the Bills win handily, 28-10. Next, we got the Chiefs taking on the Titans. The Chiefs losing a heartbreaker 16-13 to kick them out of the playoffs to the Chargers. And the Titans got destroyed by the Texans. No. Who did the Titans face? No, they didn't really get destroyed. 37-24 versus the 49ers. The Titans are still truly the worst team, I would say. And the Chiefs, they will start Gardner Minshew, so they should win this game handily, 400-12. Sorry, he's my GOAT. He's not the GOAT, but I love Gardner Minshew. The Chiefs still probably will win this one. It'll be way too close for them, though. You know, Gardner's not great these days, but I think they will end up winning 24-13. Next, we got the Jaguars taking on the Broncos. Game of the week, possibly. The Jags are on a tear right now. They just beat the Jets 48-20. And the Broncos, they are also on a tear. I mean, they won their last 11, 12. So they beat the Packers 34-26. I think this is going to be this is a huge game. The Jags starting to pick up their shit. This has massive AFC implications. In the end, I think the Broncos will win a very close one, depending on how that defense does. And I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. 17-12. Bold. Game of the week is such a shit show. I just realized that. I still think it'll be game of the week. It won't be that score, but... next, we got the Falcons taking on the Cardinals. The Falcons, like we said, just picked up a big win against the Buccaneers, 29-28. Big for Panthers, not big for the Falcons. They want to start losing. And the Cardinals just lost 40-20 to the Texans. These are once again, they're two very bad teams. This is just a game that they threw on there because they needed to find games to play. I don't know what to say about these games sometimes, you know. I think the Falcons will win. They have a slightly higher ceiling, a slightly higher skill set, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how Kyle Pitts does. He had an amazing game last week. I'm just remembering things. Yeah, I think the Falcons win 28-20. The Raiders taking on the Texans. Raiders are up there with the Titans as being one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. We got Kenny Pickett starting, and they lost to the Eagles 31-0. The Texans beat the Cardinals 40-20. The Texans being on the tear right now. I think they won their last 5 games. I don't know. I don't know enough. I need to start doing these the day before, guys. I'm sorry. Holy fuck, did they actually just win their last 5 games? They've won their last 6 games. Holy shit. Texans have been on a tear. They're trying to take the AFC South right now, trying to steal it from the Jaguars' grasp. So in the end, I think the Texans will dominate the Raiders, and we might get another shutout for the Raiders, honestly. I say this will be a 28-0 victory. I'm calling it shutout, dude. Next, we got a massive game that will have very serious playoff implications. The Steelers taking on the Lions. The Steelers picked up a big win against the Dolphins, 28-15, and the Lions lost 41-34 to the Rams. The Lions really need to pick this one up. They need to take this game. They're both 8-6 teams. 8-7 teams. I can't remember. I think they're 8-6. Not gonna look, even though I have it right here. Fine, I'll look. They're both 8-6. The Steelers can afford to lose this game. I mean, I'm sure the Ravens won't do anything to take it. The Lions cannot afford to lose this game. It's going to be a serious battle here. In the end, I think the Lions will squeak out a victory to keep their playoffs hopes alive. We're going to see how that defense holds up. Their defense has been relatively terrible this year. Not terrible. They've been very hit or miss this season. No, they've been bad. I think they've been bad. I'm not going to... I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. I just know they've lost too many games. Lions were supposed to be a contender. A big contender. But I do think they pick up a big win this week against the Steelers. And we're going to say it will be a 38-26 victory. And the final game on Sunday, the Sunday night, we got the Patriots taking on the Ravens. Patriots coming off a big loss, 35-31 to the Bills. And the Ravens coming off a big win, shutout, 24-0 to the Bengals. So this one will be a massive game. I mean, the Ravens are playing for their playoff lives, and the Patriots are playing for the AFC East right now. I think this all depends on what Ravens we see. Are we going to see the Ravens that faced the Bengals last week, or are we going to see the Ravens that faced the Bengals 3 or 4 weeks ago? That's what this is going to depend on. I think the Ravens are pretty washed right now. So in the end, I think the Patriots do pick up a win. And depending on which Ravens we see, it's either going to be a big gap or a close game. I think in the end, it'll be a big gap. That's right. Patriots win 27-16. Now let's make it 31-20. And finally, on Monday night, we got the 49ers taking on the Colts. Now, the Colts are washed. I've been saying this. The 49ers, despite injury, we thought the 49ers were going to be bad with all these injuries. They have been picking it up, and I think they're just going to dominate the Colts. I don't know if they're starting Phillip Rivers. If they are, oh well, he's not going to do anything. So I think the 49ers pick up a huge win to keep their playoff hopes alive. I mean, they're fighting in that NFC West. I think the 49ers win 40. What? 40? 26-10. I think they're just going to dominate the Colts. So, I mean, pretty bold predictions, I'd say. No, not really. So we got the Rams, Eagles, Bears, Chargers, Vikings, Bengals, Panthers. No, actually, let me switch that fucking score. Because every time I pick the Panthers, let me go back and look. I'll cut this out. Okay, so going back through my predictions, if I was right and I didn't miscount, there were 4 weeks, maybe 5, where I got the Carolina game right. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with that. Buccaneers win that one, 21-17. Let's see what you think, Panthers. And we also got the Saints, Bills, Chiefs, Falcons, Broncos, Texans, Lions, 49ers, and the Patriots winning. And I'm just going to say it. Colts, Ravens, you're both washed. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Cowboys, you're worst. Seahawks, you're worst. You weren't even unworst at one point. All right. Well, anyway, that's my prediction. Sorry, I had to call those teams out. Chiefs, you're worst as well. All right. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Peace.